Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit is here back again with Fate Zero. We are on episode 4 of season 1, and in the last episode we had a straight up revelation that the episode before regarding the fight between, or the betrayal with Kirei and Tosaka and whatnot, was staged so that the other masters would lower their guard and believe that, you know, the war's begun and it's underway and people are already dropping, but that was not the case here. It was staged. We had a whole thing with like noble phantasms and items that his heroes can use. You know, one of them possibly being used with the assassins, because there's a fucking ton of them now. There's not just one, there's loads. So that's mental. I don't know if that's a noble phantasm or an ability. I don't know. Hopefully we'll get more information on that. We still have not seen Carrier yet. Can you believe it? Where's my boy? Where is he? Fuck. I mean, at this point, we've seen every other servant, haven't we? But we just haven't seen that one. Fuck. I just want Carrier, man. I just want him. We also got interesting sort of revelations regarding Iri, especially because she apparently was born and bred into this world for a specific purpose, to be a tool. We're told about that last episode. Really good, so make sure you go listen to that if you haven't already. Also, yeah, Emiya, I don't know what the fuck he's doing with this Maya chick. I don't know what he's thinking. Kissing her and shit like that. What's that all about? Come on, Emiya, sort your shit out. Yeah, Church is a neutral zone. And finally, we ended with the Lancer, who I believe is Kenneth's servant, who has been looking upon Saber and Iri and whatnot. So they've just about to clash. Two noble fighters. It's going to be interesting to see what this is. I want to know who the Lancer guy actually is, because he looks cool as fuck. So yeah, we're just going to get in episode 4 and see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, it's great. It's so good. Alright, first things first. We will do what we normally do and do some research. So what? Deer? Is it deer? Deer? Fuck. It's deer. Diarmuid. I don't know how you pronounce that. No fucking idea. Alright, let's see what we've got. So Irish? Damn, Irish. Okay, interesting. Write it down. Okay, so he was a demigod. Diarmuid of the Love Spot. Diarmuid. Yeah, there's probably a way to pronounce it that I'm not doing. Son of Dawn and one of the Fianna. What's Fianna? Fianna was small semi-independent warrior bands in Irish mythology. They are featured in the stories of the Fenian cycle. Landless young men. Huh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, he's a skilled warrior, well-liked, valued member. Single-handedly killed 3,400 warriors. Shit. Damn. He owned a deadly sword. Yeah. Known for to have wielded 2 spears. Yeah. Yellow spear and the red spear, yeah. Which caused wounds that could not be healed. Yeah. Shit. Huh, he had a curse put on him. He was to be killed by a boar. Huh. Damn. Which made him, yeah, he was irresistible to women. Because he had a love spot or a mole. Fucking hell. Damn. Okay, well, yeah. I'll do. We'll yeah. Interesting. Okay. So, Saber's air sword. Yeah. So she had an air sword. It was only sort of it was to cover the actual the sword itself, so that it would like, so it wasn't revealed, because that would give away who it was. And I was thinking, like, when they were talking about it, I'm like, why would that matter? Like, why would you want to be concealing who she is? And I'm thinking it's because there are countermeasures to that. Like, if it's given away like who it is, then there can be countermeasures put in place. Like, they can probably figure out, I don't know what, you know, what noble phantasms they have and whatnot. So yeah, very cool. We had Emiya, who showed up. He was like one of the first to like just like be, you know, lurking around. And he had a fucking evil smirk. What was that all about? When he's like, right, like, show me what you can do, King of Knights or whatever, right? It just seemed a bit not like him, and it seemed like there was like that something had clicked in him, that when he was doing his job, like the job that everyone knows him for, apparently, that something clicked and he changed. Like he's not what we know him to be from the past, like from the other episodes, right? So I'm wondering if there is if there is something like how in episode 2, when Iri was talking to Saber and basically saying that Emiya doesn't like the way that she was almost forced into that role, right? That King Arthur was forced into that role. That you know, I was saying that, all right, maybe Emiya was forced to do this, like this, to be this mage hunter and do the things that he did. But I'm wondering if it's a case, like, if it's more like he's drawn to this world, like to that sort of, he's drawn to that mission, like he's drawn to be that person, but he doesn't want to be. So he doesn't agree with himself, but he can't help himself once he's in that world. He loves it. Like he just you know, he loves it. He loves being in that, but he knows that it's probably not the best. So yeah, I'm guessing it's that. I mean, I wrote down Emiya evil smirk in question mark in his element, because I felt like that's what he's in his element. That's why he's sitting there, like he's standing there smiling and whatnot. The only other time we've seen him smile was when he was talking with his kid. So you know, yeah. I mean, I'm guessing that this is where, I don't know. Does Emiya even love Iri? I'm not sure he does. Well, he has a thing, right? Yeah, he has just a thing that he threw out there, that Iri is artificial. So I was thinking, like, the last episode, in episode 3, when she was talking about how she was crafted specifically for the Holy Grail War, and I was thinking, like, oh damn, like, you know, that she's a human that her parents just, you know, created as a tool for the war, when in reality, no, the whole idea of crafted is she's artificial. How the fuck is she having a baby then? What? I mean, clearly there's more to it. I mean, there's magic in this world. So, you know, I'm just looking at it from like a perspective of in a real world scenario. She's artificial. How the fuck is she having babies with a human? there's got to be answers to that somewhere. I don't know if we're going to find it in this. I feel like it's more of a like, it would be, you know, I don't know, elsewhere, because there's so much stuff in Fate. Like, they call it the what, the Nowsiverse or something. I don't know how you pronounce that, but like the whole fucking Fate world, like the whole universe, the whole Fate universe, and there's a lot of it. So it's got to be explained somewhere how they come about. But that's nuts. Kirei and Tosaka they were specifically saying assassin. Now, it wasn't in plural. I guess like, well, I mean, that's a question in of itself. Is assassin the same as a singular and a plural word? Like, is it, you know, a bunch of, because would you say like a group of assassins? I think you would, right? Not a group of like, but then again, but it works the other way, like a group of assassin. I think it's assassins though. If you're talking about multiple assassins, it's assassins, not assassin, right? I don't know, because I feel like I've heard just a singular before. I feel like I've heard like somewhere like something similar, like, oh, a group of assassin. So, oh, fuck's sake, why did that have to be so confusing? Fuck! I would have been able to figure it out if it was that obvious. But because I've heard both assassin used as a singular and plural, without it being assassins, it's making it confusing. Because I wrote down, they're still just saying assassin. So that would, you know, go along, yeah, with the whole thing that they're not just familiars, they are, like, the assassin itself is just a one being, but it's able to project a lot more. So yeah, damn. God. So yeah, the DR Muid, or whatever the fuck, how you ever pronounce it, Lancer, basically said that Saber has a sort of anti-magic up, which is also included in our sort of armor and whatnot. And I like the fact that she just discarded it once she knew that it was pointless anyway, because it would just completely just go through it, and you know, because it's maneuverability. When they attacked each other, right? Like went for each other, and the Lancer had the short lance ready. She would have probably died there if she had not removed her armor, because the fact that she was able to maneuver just enough so that she only got nicked, and like, granted it was a bad place to get nicked, but you know, she could have been easily, like, you know, done in. There was a little bit where Kenneth was calling the Lancer an imbecile and whatnot, and it is exactly like I said in the episode 3 discussion about how the honor and Lancer's personality and what it would be like to conflict with his masters, because his masters seemed like a dick before in the past, and that's all we had to go on. But now it's more obvious. The guy's a dick. So there's a clash there. The Lancers seem to be straight up like obedient anyway, and I think that probably comes from his actual hero, the counterpart, like the actual real life person. Because when I was reading there in the Wikipedia, it said that, like, you know, a group of like landless knights, there seems to be like a, yeah, just sort of honor bound, and maybe like loyalty as well plays a big part. So I can imagine probably Lancer is up there with one of the servants that's least likely to go independent, like, you know, the opposite end of the spectrum to like Archer or whatnot, you know. I mean, well, I'd probably say, I don't know. I was going to say Saber's probably the opposite end, like the real opposite end, because why would Saber go against someone, right? But then, I guess it just depends on the master, right? Because in episode 2, Saber was talking about, like, you know, she was making sure, she was like, you and Emiya are doing this to save the world, right? And then was like, alright, I'm with you then. So, I guess it just depends on what kind of master, right? Whereas overall, Archer or Gilgamesh was like, you know, he was said to be like, oh shit, that's like the worst one to get. He's the most to go independent, and that was regardless of who he was paired up with as a master. So, so yeah. I wrote down you'd think that Ryder would prefer to go up against the other heroes when they're at their full strength, as opposed to, because when they were sitting on the bridge and whatnot, my first reaction was, like, are they just, like, is this part of his plan, just like wait until they're all weakened and then jump in and take them out? That was Waver's idea as well, so nice to see me and Waver are linking up there. But no, he was hoping that all of them would show up and he'd be able to fight them all and take them all out in one go, which does counteract what I said, what I wrote down about, you know, you would think that Ryder would prefer to go up against them all at full strength, and he would if they were all there. I think what he was doing was just waiting, so hopefully he could go up against them all at once. So there's no like, you know, there's no honor lost there. You know what I mean? Because like he's not wanting to go up against weakened opponents. He's just wanting to have them all at once. So yeah, I mean, theoretically, yeah, he still has kind of entered the fray when they've exhausted a bit, and you know their identities have been revealed. So there's, you know, there's a bit of like meh, but you know, we'll choose to ignore that for now, because I like him. So yeah, we'll see what the crack is next time we pick up. So we'll be in episode 5 next time. But that is all for today with Fate, and yeah, again, just loving it, just fucking loving it. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm so just excited every time for like this. I just love these days, honestly. Friday has been like and you know, it's been such like a good day for me for reactions. You know, there has been other days you know, that have been dedicated to other shows where, you know, it's not about like, you know, it's not like maybe like I don't like the show or whatnot, but they just haven't given me as much excitement to watch a show. Like, you know, Friday has been the boy for me. That has been just great for me. Like, Fridays and Saturdays have been awesome, you know, because Saturdays was My Hero and whatnot, and whatnot, and that was Haikyuu at one point, and then, you know, we've obviously had Code Geass on Friday and shit, and like, you know, that's been going on for like, you know, 2 seasons and whatever, and before that, Attack on Titan was a part of that. It's just Friday has been always good to me, so yeah, I absolutely enjoy it, and Fate is carrying on that, so I loved it. Love it. So that is all. So thank you everyone for watching. In the description below I have links to certain things. One is the Discord. I urge everyone to go over there, especially if you want me to react to a certain show, because that's where polls and things start. And also if you just want to come on and talk to me in the community, I'm free to do that as well. And Patreon. So I do have a Patreon. If you do want to support me, that'd be very much appreciated. There's a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. There's, you know, like $5 a month early access, $10 a month full length, $15 a month exclusive, which gives you access to a bonus show which I'm currently reacting to, which is Mob Psycho 100 as of right now, but that will probably be changed by the time this goes out public. Yeah, so make sure you just go over there and check and see which show is exclusive at the moment. And also you've got like Elite tier and God tier, which basically allows you to request a show and I will react to it. So yeah, just get yourself over there to see what the bits and bobs are. But that is also, thank you for watching. See you all next time. Bye bye.